Hi, this is Peggy from Pretty Paper Cards. Welcome to today's paper flower tutorial. We're going to make this adorable little paper flower, and I'm going to show you all the steps to make yours turn out just perfect. All right, so we use cardstock we're going to make 4 blossoms using the Stampin' Up! Blossom Punch. And I've chosen Very Vanilla cardstock and Primrose Petals cardstock. Pink is one of my favorite colors, so I decided to use these colors. All right, so first of all, we're going to make 4 punches, 4 blossoms punched out of these cardstocks. So let's start, and we'll punch our blossoms out of this cardstock just like this. And there's our first blossom. Now for speed, I've already punched some other blossoms. We have 2 of the Very Vanilla, like I talked about, and now we have 2 of the Primrose Petals. Now, the first thing we're going to do is separate each blossom into 2. I'm going to teach you the faux suede technique. So we're going to take one of the blossoms and we're going to work the paper. Stampin' Up! Makes such great paper that the paper is multi-layered, and we're going to separate each blossom into 2 layers. So we start out using a bone folder. This is the Stampin' Up! Bone folder. And we're just going to put the paper between the bone folder and the thumb, and we just pull gently but firmly on those blossoms and on the center of the blossom. And so I turn it over and I do it again on the other side, and you just keep working this blossom and each little petal until the fibers start to break down, and you can see that in there, that the fibers are starting to break down. And you might have to do it twice on each side. You can already see it getting real lined and wrinkled and everything. So I do it until I can see the paper beginning to separate on the edges. And right in here, I hope you can see it, you can tell that that paper is separating. So I pull it apart very, very gently. Very gently, I pull those petals apart. That's my grandfather clock. And it will ding periodically through our tutorial. All right, so I've pulled those petals apart like that. The blossom pieces of the paper apart, and you can see the fuzzy part on the inside. That is what we call the faux suede technique. So now we're going to, after you work all your other petals, you're going to end up with 8 blossoms, 8 separate pieces. And here I've set them out for us so that you could see how it's going to turn out. You see the fuzzy side is up. Now the next thing we're going to do, which might seem odd, is we're going to take each blossom and we're going to crumple it up. And you just crumple it as tight as you can into a little ball. And you're going to keep crumpling until you end up with 8 little crumpled balls like this. This is what makes the flower so adorable. Now begin to uncrumple, unfold each little blossom. And when you do, you're just going to want to flatten it out a little bit with the fuzzy or suede side up. And you can see there's the smooth and there's the suede side. So I'm just going to put that fuzzy side up, and you're going to end up with a stack of 8 blossoms unfolded with the faux suede side up. And that is basically your little flower. Now we're going to want to punch through all of those layers because we need to hook these together with a brad. So I'm going to use Stampin' Up's paper piercer and the piercing mat. And here's the paper piercer, and I'm just going to go right in the center there and press down through those blossoms all the way. And then what I like to do is pull them all the way down on that paper piercer to create a nice large hole to fit our brad through. So there we've got our hole, and I've chosen a darling antique brad from the Antique Brads collection by Stampin' Up. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And we're just going to put our brad right down the center there, through the hole that we've already punched. Turn it over, and you can see how it separates out real easy. And there you have your blossom. Now I like to fluff it up like this and just, you know, it's very sturdy. Once you've done all this, it's really a sturdy little thing. And there's your darling little paper flower, your pretty paper flower. Here's one that I made alternating the cardstock but using the Very Vanilla on the top. Aren't those adorable? And you can use as many layers as you want. I'm going to show you a sample now of a card that I made using a flower, and I only used 2 blossoms, 2 punched blossoms, and separated them into 4 pieces. And that turned out very cute as well. So that's how you make Peggy's Pretty Paper Flowers. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much.